Hi, I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. And I don't usually hope that these podcasts go viral. I just do it because I enjoy it. There's truly no, other than the creative outlet, there is truly no added benefit to my life. And the creative outlet is a big one. But today we're going to discuss a little bit of irony. We're not going to go into the topic of irony deeply, but we are going to go into the Buffalo Bills. You may be wondering how that connects to irony. Follow me through here. Yesterday, the Buffalo Bills dropped their final game of the season, 27-24, to the Kansas City Chiefs, who at this point have owned us in the playoffs. I won't say they own us. They have owned us in the playoffs. Some would argue that that's really the only place that matters. I'm going to agree to disagree. Again, football's a game of inches, which is the most cliche thing I think anybody can say about the sport. But, it sucks. It's just strange. I said we're going to talk about irony, so let's define it quick. Irony is saying one thing while meaning another. So I'm sort of using a loose definition of irony when I talk about the irony of the Buffalo Bills. Because really, irony is more about wordplay than it is about people, places, or things. But here I'm going to use the colloquial irony, which is the way Alanis Morissette uses it, which is really unfortunate coincidence. And it is odd and an unfortunate coincidence that many of the Bills' most heartbreaking losses coincide with some of my best memories. Their most heartbreaking losses coincide with some of my best memories. So this weekend, I was able to welcome my father and my great aunt to California. It was a great weekend. Starting on Friday, we ate well, we saw the sights, as many of the sights as we could fit in. My great aunt cooked for me, which I can't thank her enough for that. And they were here to see me do some acting stuff, but they were also here to watch the Bills game. And the Bills couldn't pull it out. Well, that's just one incident, you might say to me. Sure. Go back another step. The Jaguars game in London this year, which the Bills lost in not quite heartbreaking fashion. Still close, but not quite heartbreaking. That game coincided with me getting to travel with my dad to go see my older sister in England. I don't often do solo trips with my dad. It was a good time. I enjoyed it immensely. And yet the Bills lost. And nearly every other Bills loss coincides with me having a good memory with a friend or with family. And that is, I think, the ironic thing about sports. We emotionally invest and financially invest a lot in these teams, in these players. But at the end of the day, we got our money's worth. Now, granted, the Bills have not won a Super Bowl. So, for the more diehard fans out there, some people might say, well, how could you have gotten your money's worth? You didn't win the championship. If that's how you need to enjoy the sport, then Godspeed to you. Go ahead. I would very much enjoy winning a Lombardi. I do not need a Lombardi to enjoy it. I got to watch this season my team hit an absolute wall. They dominated early. They stumbled in the middle. And then I watched them rip off 7 straight wins. Now, granted, they lost in the divisional round of the playoffs, and that sucks. But I got to watch a team that was 6-6 and all but written off in terms of making the playoffs come back to win the AFC East and take the number 2 seed in the postseason. For those of you who struggle with counting, there's the number 1 seed, and then there's the number 2 seed. That's how math works. I really couldn't have asked for much more. I couldn't. I wanted to enjoy a team I loved, and a team that my family loves, and a team that my city loves. And I did. I will be one of the first voices pushing for changes. Absolutely. There's too much potential on the team for it not to be realized. But I'll keep coming back. Why will I keep coming back? For the same reason I came back during the drought era. Because some of the best memories I have are associated with the Buffalo Bills. And associated with the people I was with when I was watching the Bills. The friends I made through football. The friends I keep through football. This is, to me, the irony of the Buffalo Bills is that it really, we lost, but it revealed to me the prime reason we watch sports, which is not even necessarily the trophies. The wins, yes, it's really hard to watch a team that's not winning at all. But we watch sports because it creates a way for us to come together. In the same way that the holidays create a way for us to come together. 4th of July, in a different way, Christmas and Easter, obviously a more solemn and more important way on Christmas and Easter. But, we create these ways to come together. Why do we have sports? Well, because it creates another mechanism for us to come together. You have a trophy because, I don't know, it'd be silly to have people competing without competing for something. The pain of the Bills' loss is just a reminder that life is about the journey and not the destination. If I've learned anything in my 33 years, life is the journey and not the destination. We would all do well to remember that on this non-victory Monday, both in Buffalo and across the world. Hopefully, this helps you process your emotions after that brutal Bills loss. I know it is doing almost nothing to help me process mine, but I'm going to stick by what I said because I'm a man of my word. Can't help it. Have to stay who I am. We were a little bit short on podcast last week. I apologize. We'll do our best to go forward and catch up. And to continue to deliver you 10 minutes of rambling nonsense every day. Every weekday. When I'm not traveling. Or tired. Or I just don't do it. If you like what I say, or you like the Buffalo Bills, like and subscribe. If you don't like what I said, comment. Go ahead, have at it, Kansas City fans. I have earned your ire. Miami Dolphins fans, if you come into these comments, you best be careful. Watch what you say. Like and subscribe. I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. Have a great day.